So, good morning, student. Today we will start with some basic concepts of electrical engineering. So, in the previous lecture, we have discussed about the various interesting fact about the electrical engineering, and in this lecture, we will discuss about some basics of the electricity. So, first of all, in the electricity, there are certain terms uh, which will which should be which should be furnished for all of you. So, in this presentation, we will cover up these are the contents which will be covered in this presentation. So, first of all, we will discuss about the charges. We will discuss about the charges, and then we will discuss about the properties of the charges. We will discuss about the properties of the charges. Then we will discuss about the method of charging, and then we will shift it on definition of electricity. Then we will discuss about the electric current and electric field. Then the definition of electric potential and potential difference is given in this slide. And then we will discuss about a basic description is given about the Ohm's law and resistance, electric current and their component, and electric circuit and their component also, and the current and the voltage measurement, and how to measure the current and the voltage in this section we will discuss. And the combination of the resistance, we will play with the resistance in the series, parallel, and the series parallel combination. So first of all, the first question is arise in your mind that what is a charge? Then the first question is that what is a charge? You heard about the positive charge and negative charge, but what is the definition of charge? What is the exact meaning of that charge? So, charge is the inherent property. Charge is the inherent property of matter that feels force of attraction or repulsion due to the excess of deficiency of electron. So basically, charge is a inherent property of any matter, and by which the matter feels the force of attraction and the repulsion, and this attraction and repulsion force is exist because of due to the excess or the deficiency of electrons in this matter. So there are two types of the charges. The first one is the positive charges, and the second one is the negative charges. The positive charges is exist they exist here because of the deficiency in electrons, and the negative charges are exist or have the existence because of the excess of electrons. So if the matter have the deficiency of electrons, then it is positively charged. If the matter has the excess of electrons, then it has a negative charge. So the standard unit of charge is given by the coulomb. So the unit is also the coulomb, and the charge is detected. The charge is detected and measured using a device, and the name of this device is electroscope. So you can say the electroscope is a device which is used to detect and measure the charges. So you can see in this diagram, in the first diagram you can see here, when ebonite rod is rubbed with the fur, then what is the consequence of this? Then you can see the figure number 2. When this ebonite rod is rubbed by the fur, then this ebonite rod have the negatively charged. You can say this ebonite rod is become the negatively charged, and when it becomes the negatively charged, then any positively charged bit is near to this rod, then this positive charge is attracted by this negative charge. So you can say that the positively charged bit is attracted to the negatively charged rod. So in the third diagram you can see, when a glass rod is rubbed by a silk cloth, when a glass rod is rubbed by a silk cloth, then you can see the glass rod have the positively charged. The glass rod has positively charged. You can see in the figure number 4. When a glass rod is rubbed with a silk cloth, then glass rod become positively charged. So what is the property of charge? Now we will discuss about some properties of the charge. So you can say the first property, you can say that the total charge of the universe is conserved. It follows the energy conservation rule. That means it is constant. So the total charges in the universe is constant, and the like charges attract each other, and the unlike charges repel each other. You can say, and the third one property of the charges is the charges are additive in nature. Is always additive in nature. So the next property is charges are always quantized. That is, and this quantized magnitude is given by Q equals to N into E, where capital Q show the charge, and the small n is the number of electrons, and the E shows the charge on one electron, and the value of this charge on one electron is given by 1.67 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. So you can say in the last point that the charge is relativistically constant. So it follows the energy conservation law. So in the next slide, we will discuss about the methods of charging. There are certain methods of charging. So, so in among the certain methods, we will discuss about the few. So the first method of charging, the charging by the method of conduction. The method of conduction. So in this method, you can see you can relate this theory to this diagram also. So when I read out this theory, you should relate this theory to this diagram. So when an uncharged body is brought into contact with an charged body, when uncharged body, this is the uncharged body. This is the uncharged body is brought into contact with charged body. This is charged body. But and the contact is in the form of touching format. So the both bodies have to be touched to each other. So the electron is transferred from the charged body to the uncharged body, from the charged body to the uncharged body, and this uncharged body becomes charged. This uncharged body now then becomes charged by negative charge. So you can say in the conduction method, there are two body. One body is charged body, and the second body is the uncharged body. So the uncharged body is brought into the contact with the charged body, the physical contact, you can say, by touching contact, and then the charge or electrons are transferred from the charged body to the uncharged body, and this charge is the uncharged body. Finally, this charge is the uncharged body. So this method is called the charging method by the conduction, by using the conduction. The charging method by using the conduction. In the second method, it's just as similar as the previous one. But in this method, charging by the induction. In this method, in the induction process, a charged body is brought near to but not touched. So in the previous one, the both body are so near that they touch to each other. But in the induction process, the charged body is brought near to the uncharged or neutral conducting object, but not touched. So the presence of charged object near a neutral conductor will polarize the charge within the conductor. So you can see here the both are there are two bodies A and B. So the two metal spheres are mounted on a insulating stands. In the second one, the presence of a minus charges induced electron to move from sphere A to B. The two sphere system is polarized. In the third one, you can see the sphere B. You can see here the sphere B is separated from sphere A using the insulating stand. The two spheres have opposite charges when they are separated from each other. Then you can see the two spheres or the two body have the opposite charge on it. One have the positive charge and the one have the negative charge. So the excess charge distributes itself uniformly over the surface of the spheres. So in the charging by induction method, you can see here one is charged body and one is uncharged body. So, but they do not touch during this process. So a small quiz for you and to understand deeply this topic. So this is the first question for you. So, which one of the following is correct force between two negative charges? Which one of the following is the correct force between two negative charges? Then you can see if two negative charges, then the charge is if the both charges are same, then they repel to each other. So, what is the answer in the among the A, B, C, D? What is the exact answer? Any idea about it? Okay, so think about it. If there are two negative charges, then what is the correct position of these charges? And you can see, you can find out the answer is C. You can find out the answer is C. Now we can see the answer is C. So they repel to each other. If both charges are near to each other, then they repel to each other, and it's the property of charges. It shows the property of charges. So the option is C is right. The next question: which of the following is the correct force between two positive charges? Between the two positive charges. Then same as for the question number two. If we already discussed about that, if the one charge is positive and one charge is negative, then they attract to each other. If the both charges are the same, then plus plus and the minus minus, then they repel each other. So what is the exact answer? You can see here, the exact answer is C. The exact answer is C, this one. So the next question is for you. So what is the exact situation? What is you can see the which of the following is the correct force between two one positive charges and one negative charges? So there are one positive charges and one negative charges. Then what is the exact answer? The exact answer is D, because they attract to each other. We can check it. Okay, it's a G. So the fourth question, it's related to the formation of charges. A plastic rod is rubbed with a piece of animal fur. A plastic rod is rubbed with a piece of animal fur. The plastic rod acquires a negative charge during this process. Then which of the following is true about the charge on the piece of fur? when a plastic rod is rubbed with a piece of animal fur, then what is the then in during this process the plastic rod acquire a negative charge during this process, and which one of the following is true about the charge on the piece of fur? So first one is that it acquire a positive charge but greater in magnitude than the rod. So the portion B is it require a positive charge but less in magnitude than the rod. C, it acquires a negative charge but greater in magnitude than the rod. And option D, it acquire a negative charge but less in magnitude than the rod. And the option E is that it acquire a positive charge with the same magnitude as the rod. So think about it. So the answer is E. It acquire a positive charge with the same magnitude as the rod. So the answer E is right. When a plastic rod is rubbed with a piece of animal fur, then plastic rod acquire a negative charge during this process. Then fur has the positive charge with the same magnitude as the rod. So E is the correct answer. So the last one is a positively charged rod is brought close to one end of a neutral metallic plate. Then what type of charge is induced on the closest side of the plate? When a positively charged rod is brought close to one end of a neutral metallic plate, then what type of charge is induced on the closest side of the plate? So what is the exact option between these five? So think about it. So the exact answer is B. B is negative. So if this positively charged rod is brought near to this neutral metallic plate, then this side is become negatively charged. This side is become negatively charged, and this side become positively charged. This side become positively charged. So thank you so much for your kind attention. And do you have any query regarding this lecture? Then you can ask me, and you can text me. So thank you so much again.